All right, welcome to Freename. I wanted to, on behalf of the company, take this chance to kind of show you the basics of what you can do on Freename. And the three things that are available right now are to register and own a domain name, which is made up of a keyword or number or symbol or emoji left of the dot, then another keyword or symbol or emoji right of the dot. So if you see some of these samples coming up on the system, those two things together make up a domain name. A domain name can be used as a digital identity, or it can be used as a record locator, or it can be used as a crypto wallet address, or some uses that we may not have fully discovered yet. And I think what you're buying into at Freename is an infrastructure for the future to explore some of these new uses for domain names that exist outside the current, what's called ICANN or ARoot or domain name system that we've known for 30 years on the internet. So on one hand, the existing domain name system, like the name that Freename uses, freename.io, that works on all the computers worldwide. When you buy a domain name on that system, you're the one and only owner of that domain name. You can buy it through different registrars. You're limited as to what domain names you can buy, and you're limited to the rules that have been made in this ICANN quasi-government body over the past 30 years. And I think what's happened in the last 5 years is that the innovation in digital assets has taken place outside of this traditional system. It's been decentralized. It's been on the blockchain. It's been faster developing. And what's happened is a whole new group of domains have started up that you might call Web3 domains. And different companies have tried to start Web3 domain systems that don't work in conjunction with the existing internet system. So you don't necessarily have the benefit of them working on every existing computer, but you do get some of the new Web3 uses. And I feel like even though, regular domain names are going to be around for a long, long time, that this innovation is happening in the new domain spaces, and there's so much more availability in some of these new domain spaces. It's hard to go back to 1995 and rebuy a good .com or .net or .org domain name. And by the time some of the new extensions came out in 2014, like .tech or .club or .xyz, they may have carried high premium prices. They may have been tough to get. You may not have gotten them on the first day. So what you have with Freename is you have an infrastructure that's going to develop here over the coming years to be a digital identity that can be minted on various blockchains. And I'm going to get back to my main point here, which is you can buy, I think, three different things, one being a combination of the two. You can buy a domain name, meaning you're going to buy something left of the dot and something right of the dot. So I can type in my name, Paige Howe, and it will tell me that if I want, I can buy the domain Paige Howe, and I can actually own the entire TLD called .how. So you see here where the price of $794 says this price includes both the domain name and the top level domain name. So in this case, I would not only own the domain name Paige Howe, which I could use as my digital identity, but I could also own the entire top level domain .how. And then I'm going to tell you toward the end how you can make money because you're the owner of .how. I could make money each and every time someone else registered a .how address. I could register addresses for people in my family, people in my extended family. But the reason I'm showing to you right now is this idea that your first choice when you buy is to either buy a domain name, meaning a left of the dot and a right of the dot. And if the right of the dot is available, you can buy page.how. And once you do that, I'll actually own the entire .how. Now, the AI inside of Freename is also going to show you some other suggestions. I don't know why they're showing you .crazy. Maybe it's because some people think I'm crazy. But if I wanted to, I could own the TLD .crazy for $499. And what's exciting about this is you don't get a chance to own a lot of things in the digital space. Your ID at Twitter, your ID at Facebook, your search, you have to pay Google to advertise. You don't really own your Gmail address. And I think what's interesting about the Web3 domains at Freename is you can own .crazy, and now you can not only own it, say you own it, develop it, market it, build a community, but you can make money from all the other people who buy .crazy domain names. And if you think about it, it's kind of like being a real estate developer. It's kind of like being a ringmaster. It's kind of like owning your own private club. There's a lot of things that owning a TLD is kind of like, but there's really nothing else like it, because you're delivering ownership of a digital asset minted on the Web3 blockchain, and then really you as the owner, along with Freename in terms of the partnerships they provide and they create, are going to see what you can build on that in the future. Now, getting a top-level domain name like .crazy inside the existing ICANN system, even though, as I mentioned, it would work on all the computers worldwide, and right now, most Web3 domain names don't work on all computers, but they're making strides every day to work on more and more computers, because sometimes it's as easy as just a little plugin. And the reason that's not overwhelming to me is, as the owner of a top-level domain name like .crazy, I think it's my job to market that top-level domain name anyway. So how much tougher is it when I'm going to have to market to people to come to .crazy, to get their .crazy domain name, to see what's going on in .crazy, that also I have to have them click a plugin to be able to see it. And I would rather potentially build a community in the Web3 space with a top-level domain name through Freename, even if it's a premium name for less than $3,000, rather than waiting to see if this ICANN body may give me one, which last time cost $185,000. I may have to bid against other companies, where the bidding on some of these new TLDs in the ICANN system went up to $10 million. And I have to abide by a preset group of rules, which I may or may not agree with. So I think when I get back to the basics, the idea is you can either buy a TLD.crazy on Freename, or you can buy different domain names. So Freename is suggesting that I could own page.chain or page.satoshi, and it knows that I'm interested in page, and it's going to offer me some other options. Page.moon, page.lambo, page.genesis. Now you'll see that these carry premium prices because the word page, besides being my first name, is also a popular noun. But if I would have put in maybe a name like, say I live in Tennessee and I sell land. So I want to put in, excuse me, Tennessee land.metaverse. So I want to show people that they can buy Tennessee land in the metaverse. Well, you can buy a domain name in .metaverse for just $10. I'm not owning .metaverse. I'm buying what's left of the dot, Tennessee land.metaverse. And then you can own different TLDs for as low as $59. These two suggestions are $99 and $199. I could own .Hakuna Matata for $59. LOLOL for $59. Then you see that some carry a premium price of $500, and some carry a premium price like do your own research of $3,000, which is about the highest. But the great thing about that is you're buying a name that has instant recognizability, which will help you sell more second-level domains. So right now, the Freename system, you type something in the top search bar, and I type in crypto.metaverse, whoops, and then I find out if it's available. And if it is available, it's going to tell me what the price is, or it may be protected. Now, it could be protected because it's being held because it's for a partnership, or it could be a name that we may open up to partnership applications in the future of people that have innovative uses for some of the best names on Freename. But it's also going to tell me that I can buy different TLDs, and then I can buy different premium TLDs. So, back to the basics, you can buy a domain on Freename, which is something left of the dot, something right of the dot. You can buy a TLD on Freename, which is the right of the dot, .flavor, .simpson, .0ki. And if you own that, then you can buy for an additional $50 a royalty program where you'll make 50% revenue share on every domain that's registered inside your TLD. The other thing you can do is you can buy, if I go back to page.howe, you can buy the domain name and the entire top level domain name at the beginning. So I can put that in my cart for $794. And if I want, I can buy additional domains like web3verse.howe, food.howe, some different emojis, jackson.howe. Say I have a nephew, Jackson. So if I could pick up jackson.howe for him, and I could buy this at the same time, and if I own the royalty program, even though this domain would cost me $10, I'd get $5 of that back as my income. So you have a chance, and this is, I think, going to be one of the things for advanced users, is to actually buy a TLD, and then before anyone else even knows that this TLD has been minted, go buy some of the best combinations in your TLD to be able to either keep them, develop them, or potentially partner with other people that can develop them better than you will. So that's a brief rundown of the 3 things you can do on Freename. You can buy a full left and right of the dot. You can buy a right of the dot TLD, or you can buy them both together at the same time, and at the same point, buy other domain names in the TLD that you're buying right off the bat if you're part of the royalty program. Thanks a lot. Look forward to the next video, which will be what types of names do people look to buy? And I'll give you some stats on what people are buying so far, and I'll give you some ideas that I've learned in the past 20 years buying and selling regular domain names.